Okay, hey guys. Alright, so we've been doing some talking tonight, and we've realized that something's gotta give on the food scale here. Obviously, we're not gonna have homegrown food for a minute, so we've gotta do something. So we're probably gonna pool together and start ordering healthier food online. And I'll let you guys know how that goes because I'm just not feeling good. Like, my system's off and I don't like it. I need to get this crud out of my system, so I'm gonna have to start trying the detox. So, but I'm not gonna be able to use the produce from Roy's, our grocery store down here, because it's so full of chemicals that our produce from Roy's is more poisonous with all the chemicals and stuff in it than just buying a frozen pizza and eating that. So, we've got to do something. Anyway, I'll let you guys know how that goes. And I bought some graph paper. And I'm going to start detailing garden beds. So, I'm going to open this. I don't think I'm going to do this tonight. I don't know. No, because it's after 10 and I don't want to stay up that late.
Tell her where the tofu was.
Put it in that cake pan.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Already did. That was my next
Okay.
thing I was going to tell.
So, it's not the 1/4 inch squares, it's the smaller ones, but I can still make it work for the garden beds. So that's you know what, I might actually, nah, I don't want to mess with it tonight because it's kind of late. I mean, it's not really late, but it's kind of, and I'm just, yeah. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do another video out of the backyard homestead. And this one is going to be a primer on preserving. So here we go, guys. I'm going to turn this light on. Hopefully offset the other one. Probably won't, but yeah, kind of. All right. A primer on preserving. There are many methods of storing and preserving foods. Common storage or root cellaring is the simplest method. If you live in an area with a cool or cold climate, you can store many vegetables for several months in a cold cellar or any space with the appropriate atmosphere. And we're definitely going to have a root cellar. I'm going to start talking to some people and find out, because I know there's a couple people that are at least connected to people that I know that have a backhoe. And, talk to them and get something set up for them to go up to the property with us and dig our root cellar for us. And I'm gonna make it big enough. And I think I'm gonna go ahead with my idea of the cinder blocks and the cement and just detailing the wall and stuff like that. We'll have to build the framework. I gotta get that book. But anyway, that's another video. This method requires no preparation. It can be used for onions, carrots, beets, potatoes, winter squash, pumpkins, cabbage, and fruits such as apples. Dried seeds such as beans and split peas and grains require only darkness and a cool, dry spot protected from the 3 M's: mold, moisture, and mice. Other methods are freezing, canning, pickling, fermenting, drying, and making jams and jellies. Freezing is the easiest and can be used for almost any fruit or vegetable. It also requires electricity or the use of solar. So, excuse me. And if you're going off grid, unless you know somebody that has a freezer, that will let you use it or let you keep a freezer at their house. But then again, you'd want to make sure that that person had solar. So fewer nutrients are lost compared with other methods, but it does involve the most expensive equipment and the continuing use of electricity. Yeah. Canning by boiling water bath is the tried and true method to preserve high acid foods like fruits and pickled vegetables. Pressure canning is necessary for the other vegetables, such as beans, peas, corn and beets. Not pickled beets. Pickled beets are you can water bath can those, which are low acid. Low acid foods can also be preserved by freezing, drying, fermenting, or pickling. Choosing a preserving technique will depend on the equipment you have available or can afford to buy. Equipment such as jars, freezer containers, and a pressure canner should be purchased well in advance of the season while they are still plentiful. It can be downright discouraging in August to be faced with a bushel of tomatoes rotting on the porch because the stores have run out of canning jar lids. And though you may be able to acquire supplies through mail order or internet purchasing, your produce will lose its peak quality while you wait for the items to be delivered. So I'm going to have to start getting that stuff now because I don't have that much. I really don't. All my jars and stuff are in Michigan. Unless they are kept cold and moist, vegetables will lose taste and nutrients within a few hours once picked. If you buy or pick vegetables in bulk and then find that you are unable to process them right away, wash them quickly in cold water, drain them, put them in large plastic bags, and keep them in the refrigerator. Do not cut or peel them, as this hastens the loss of nutrients. Stored in this manner, they should be good for 1 or 2 days, and in the case of root crops and cabbage, considerably longer. But for good quality, preserve vegetables as soon after picking as possible. So once you harvest your vegetables, once you harvest your garden, you want to make sure that you can start taking care of it right away. So, if you have a huge garden, don't go and pick everything and then expect to take care of it the same day because it's not going to work. It's just not going to happen. If you have a large garden area, and we're going to end up with a large garden area. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to set aside, I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to what I'm going to do is stagger plant. So I'm not having to do all of it at once. So you have your early stuff coming in, you get that, you pick that, you take care of it. And it's going to make it easier to take care of. Food preserving actually starts in early January with the arrival of seed catalogs. Study them carefully. Many new hybrids are designated as especially good for canning or freezing. Okay. I try to stay away from the hybrids. I do have corn, and a lot of that is, except for the Baker's Creek, though a lot of it, the rest of it is pretty much hybrid seed. Okay, because that's mostly what most of your corn is GMO'd, and I'm going to have to go through it, and I don't even know if I'm going to use most of it. The Baker's Creek, yes. I'm going to have to try to get some heirloom sweet corn, because I love sweet corn. But as far as your hybrids, try to stay away from them. If you're trying to go organic, non-GMO, go for your heirloom seeds. Look it up online. There's plenty of places where you can get heirloom seeds from. You may want to choose a few varieties each year. Sometimes you will hit on a family favorite or at least increase your knowledge for next year. But be realistic. Take into account your family's likes and dislikes. It is easy to get carried away by the glossy pictures. If your family will not eat a certain vegetable, you have wasted your time and garden space by planting it. Save your garden plan from year to year. If you also record the varieties and how well each did, you will be spared from making the same mistakes and be at least partially assured of repeating successes. Some good vegetable combinations that you might want to grow and preserve together are tiny peas and onions, corn and lima beans or succotash, tomatoes and celery, and zucchini and eggplant. For bread and butter pickles, you will need onions and cucumbers. For relishes, red and green peppers and onions are needed together. Sweet red peppers and mature green peppers. In order to have red and green at the same time, allow all the peppers on a few of your plants to mature to the red stage while picking green peppers as needed from the other plants. Alright, so that was a primer on preserving. Obviously, there's a ton more information on preserving, and we'll get to that. So, I just wanted to touch base on that. And okay, guys, I see we have another new subscriber. So, here's out to you, whoever you are. Leave a comment. Let me know who you are, and I will respond to you. I'll comment back. You know, I'd love to be able to carry on conversations with you guys. We are Faith First Farm and Homestead. We have 12.53 acres down here in Oklahoma. We moved down here a year and a half ago from Michigan, and we do not live on the property right now. I don't have a vehicle. That's the only reason why. And there's nothing to stay in on the property right now. Our friend Andrew, who stays with us right now, a friend of his that's a neighbor to the property that he has, he doesn't have a vehicle either. His neighbor has a camper trailer that he's willing to sell to us for $500. It needs a little work, but nothing that we can't do. And we're going to get that camper trailer and put it on the property, and then we're going to be able to, start staying in it and start working on the property. And I do have a prospect for a vehicle and some other prospects going money-wise, and another friend of mine is going to be giving us some money to share the property. I'm also going to be looking into talking to another friend of mine from church on acquiring another tract that's nose to nose to ours, like this. Like ours is right here, and this one is right here, and it noses like this on a slant. So, but the property that's down here is 24.14 acres, and I'm going to talk to them and see if they'd be willing to work out a deal. Because I would love to have the extra acreage to be able to, reach out to other people, if they want to be able to put a cabin out there and, live off grid and, help build up a homesteading community, because that's our goal. And this spring, we're going to be building our raised garden beds out there. For our plans for the property, go ahead and go to our live tab and click on Faith versus Going Live. And in that video, I go ahead and explain the plans that we have for the property, animals and gardens and that kind of thing, and our outbuildings and outdoor kitchen and just all kinds of stuff. And it's all on there. And just leave comments. Go ahead and go through the videos and watch the videos and write down the stuff. I have the subtitles on my videos. They're not all right because it's AI. So, but for the most part, and I'm pretty clear in how I'm talking in my videos, so you can pause and write down, write down this information. Make sure you have it on paper. Don't rely on technology to give you the knowledge you need to be able to always have it to go back to. Write it down. Write it down. Buy notebooks. Buy notebooks. Buy notebooks. I just bought another notebook tonight. Right here. That I've got to start writing down information off from my Pinterest. I've got to have this information. No. Sorry, our dog was trying to get through. No, Nebula. Stop it. Anyway, she's trying to squeeze through small spaces. Well, that's why. Hi, Tux. No, Nebula. Gonna beat you up. Not literally. Anyway, this is Andrew's kitty. His name is Tux. Oh, he's purring. This is Tux. He's a pretty boy. He's a handsome boy. He's getting to be a big boy. He just wanted to be held. Anyway, so yeah, go ahead and check out our videos, and don't forget to like and share our videos. Share them on all of your platforms with friends, family, whoever. And make sure you tell them, tell them to share our videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. And don't forget to click on all for the notifications so you get them all, because I do tend to upload a lot. So I will see you guys in the next video, and remember to go through and just do your research, guys. Do your research, watch the videos, look up Off Grid with Doug and Stacy and the Gardening Channel with James Prigioni. They're great, great channels. So I will get off from here and get this uploaded, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.